for today's cup of coffee with Scream.
Oh!
I wonder how long this laryngitis thing is going to last with me. It's annoying me horribly.
It's not laryngitis. Well, is it laryngitis? It's just the cough.
Well, what
Bronchitis.
it was, it's where I had the cough so severely for so long, it strained my vocal cords.
Mm-hmm.
And it's annoying. I want it to go away.
It sounds better than it did.
Yeah. Little by little. But it's just annoying.
Yeah.
Because I can hear it. I live inside here and I can hear it. Yeah.
It sounds different in your head than it does outside.
I don't know. It sounds congested and like I said, Bobby Kennedy, and I'm like, oh God.
Well, that's like last night. I thought in my head I sounded super clear and all that, and I listened to today's thing, and I'm like, shit, I sound so stuffy. This is
Everybody's
not cool.
stuffy, and it's like, it was like Mom said that when she went shopping there the other day, that she was discussing with other people, and this one person said that they had this weird cough for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah. So we don't know. Nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Oof.
Which is concerning.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's really concerning. It's like,
it
what
is.
the fuck?
It is. And it's like, of course, again, the denial of not really recognizing how unwell I was.
Denial is a river in Egypt.
Yeah, really, it can be. Runs right through it. and I think that we all go through those, periods of time. It's like, oh, I can do this. It's what I was telling you, that Gen X, our poster child is the Black Knight. 'Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah.
That's Gen X.
'Tis a flesh wound.
That's just how we are.
While you got both arms and legs missing, it's but a flesh wound.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're just put together a little bit different.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. We survived.
Yeah.
And natural selection was still a thing when we were growing up. Very much so.
Yeah. Yeah, we have subverted natural selection for so long, it's having to adapt.
Yes. And it's interesting. And that was just like, today the subject was demonology.
Oh.
And it's not something that most people want to deal with.
No.
We've had to deal with this stuff for years.
Whether we wanted to or not.
Right. And why is it still such a taboo subject?
The subject of paranormal in general has been a taboo subject since early 1900s?
I don't know. They've got shows. There's people that they make their living as far as the paranormal.
Yeah, but somewhere it got taboo to talk about, like, oh yes, earth spirits are an actual thing. I think it was when science started taking over, and then them trying to discredit all the spiritual stuff.
Right. That was, as far as the Industrial Revolution, and people got away from the land and living amongst everything that's here. There's many things that exist with us in this realm.
Yeah, that we cannot see.
And then you had the supposed great thinkers in the colleges and universities and stuff, who were usually so far up their own ass. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, well, that's just a bunch of ignorant superstition.
Well, you know what we call that? Educated idiots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How's it working for them?
Right.
So it's a matter of going back and reclaiming what has been stolen from us.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we were stupid enough to allow it to be stolen from us.
Yeah.
But as far as demonology and truly getting someone to discuss these things with, it's rare.
Mm-hmm. It is rare. But it's needed. More people need to study demonology and stuff like that.
And God bless
You're either built for it or
Kabuki
you're
Theater
not.
because he allowed me to speak with him because he understands it.
Yeah. Has he studied demonology?
I don't know that he's had the same experiences we've had, but he at least didn't, he was willing to discuss it.
He was also a paranormal investigator.
Yes. We have some of the coolest listeners. We really, really do.
Mm-hmm. He gave me confirmation for one of the things that I've been experiencing for a while. Mm-hmm. With and without marijuana.
And it was a very needed discussion for me. Because I'm one of these people, I like to have validation. Do I know what I think I know? And as far as the gatekeepers on demonology, you've got a lot of people, they don't want to entertain the thought. And so it leaves people that are having experiences feeling very alone.
Well, flat out, it scares people.
Yeah.
So that literally, because of people's fear of it, due to the lack of understanding. I don't know why it is. If you don't understand something, you're going to be afraid of it.
Exactly. So to be able to have actual discussions about this, it's not rare.
It's not rare.
Now, you talk about people that are in denial. We've got a world that's in denial about people that are possessed.
Mom, we are in a world where people are denying the simple fact that demons have no redeemable qualities.
Yeah.
They are just pure evil.
Right. And that is a hard concept, that these entities are not, they're not human. And it's like we were discussing earlier, you've got these people that are putting a new myth on this, a new spin, that they're not really bad. They're just misunderstood. No, they're demonic. They hate humans. Mm-hmm. Their whole goal is to destroy humans.
Yes.
To make them suffer.
To make other living things suffer.
That's what they do. They are devoid of anything, any quality of God.
Right. Like, if demons had any redeemable qualities to them whatsoever, they would not be classified as demons.
Right. Right.
But also, I do blame the church people. I do blame the church people for thinking that all things paranormal is demons automatically. Right. But then that's just not the case. That's like the tree spirits. Those are not demons. Mm-hmm. They are tree spirits.
Right. Again, a lot of that comes from fear. And to just pigeonhole. People like to pigeonhole. Mm-hmm. And then it's one of those that you've got the churches, they don't want to talk about the paranormal and the supernatural. Then what are you doing? Right. The whole thing is paranormal and supernatural.
At that point, literally, you're just going there for show.
Right.
Seriously, any spiritual, any religion is based upon some spiritual practice, spiritual belief.
Supernatural.
Yeah, supernatural. And if you're discrediting that, then you got nothing.
Well, you've got Marxism and communism, which is atheism.
Yeah.
Where man is its own God. That works real well, doesn't it?
That's
let's have creatures that are totally broken and don't have a clue of what is going on this earth, be the masters of other humans who don't know what's going on the earth and broken.
Well, that's like Shinto, the ancestor worship. Mm-hmm. The ancestors don't know what's going on right now. Do they?
That's the reason we're told, as far as talking to the dead, Don't do that. They're out of the loop. It annoys them.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Now, as far as some spirits that are earthbound, that were human, that are earthbound, we don't know what's going on that. But it's like, they're not there. Why talk to people that are dead? If you want to talk to somebody, go and talk to somebody that's living.
Well, my reason for talking to the dead would be very kid-like. Be like, what is it like being a spirit? What are you doing? What do you do on that other side? What is it like?
Well, the thing is, there is a gulf. And like I said, for them to be trapped, something ain't right. So I don't know that you would want to answer from that.
That's true. But some of these spirits, legit, that they, no joke, they're either bound by fear. Because that's some of them. They are bound by fear. They're bound by other spirits.
Well, I think some of them, it's a matter of fearing judgment.
Yeah.
Of giving an account what they did. And it's
We
like,
all
well,
have
yeah,
to.
yeah, absolutely.
You can't avoid it.
No. But there's a lot of people that go through their lives and they're remarkably cruel and hedonistic and different things like that. And then when they die, well, I can see why their spirit would try to hang out here. It can't do it forever.
No.
But because that you do not have some of these religious institutions discussing demonology, they're doing their people a disservice. But it's also, not everything is demonic. You've got to have some discernment and some common sense.
I don't know about those gnomes.
Well,
I think, because they look, because from what I hear, they look creepy. They look pretty scary, and they still shit.
I don't know about the gnomes. I've not had any dealings with gnomes, but I have had dealings with demons.
Yeah. Don't fuck with no demons. I literally posted that on IMView one time, like in the pulse section, which is where you just you just type or whatever. It's like, I'm going to say it for the people in the back. I don't fuck with no demons.
Right. And it's just like you've got some people that try, God, and it just, I've known somebody that did this once, and I'm like, I knew that they were on, the short bus, but I didn't know that they were that low down on the totem pole. As far as summoning things.
You don't do it.
And that they think, yes, as a human, I'm going to have this supernatural being that I have no clue what it is, come and be my slave. No, you're an idiot.
Literally.
And I think I told that person that point blank. Knowing me, I probably did. It's like, that's a special kind of stupid. That to sit there and go, yes, I am so whatever that I can control this. No, you're an idiot. And that's a lie in itself, to sit there for something to go, oh, yes, you can control this. No, you can't. No, you can't.
You can't control that shit.
Most people can't even control themselves, let alone a supernatural entity.
Exactly.
But we
don't even know our own power. We don't even know what we're capable of.
Right. So it's just like that boggles my mind. There's a lot of things that boggle my mind these days. But we need to have serious discussions about demons. I watched a video of this person in New York on the subway that was, honest to God, on the subway, down on the floor, writhing, making this horrific noise. That's not everything is mental illness.
No.
And that people were just, they considered it normal.
I don't know if they consider that normal. They're just like, I don't want to deal with it. That's what I think it is, that they view it more as an inconvenience.
Possibly.
That's like those people in New York, people jumping in front of the train, and some of them on the train literally being like, yeah, this happens all the time. It's such an inconvenience.
How
It's like,
horrible.
they're jaded.
Yeah. They're losing their humanity.
Yeah. Fully. It's like, okay, if you're losing your humanity, what the fuck are you then?
Right. Right. That if you can turn a blind eye to the suffering of people like that, it's like,
ain't right.
And as far as certain
that
people,
in of itself is a spiritual condition.
Yes, it is. And as far as certain people being the only ones that are qualified to cast out demons and stuff, why? What is the qualification? I mean, other than being, in our belief system, it is a matter of, the name of Christ.
Yeah.
They cast that out through the name of Christ.
Mm-hmm. You have an authority with the name, with Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ grants us that authority.
But even on that, if it doesn't work the way we think it's supposed to work, where is the disconnect?
Right.
That needs to be discussed also.
Yes.
I have questions. Lots of questions. But I will tell you this, and this was the reason I needed a man's opinion on this. And in this time where we've got this Lilith energy that has just... It wears me out watching it. It really does. It's wearying.
Mm-hmm.
And because women by nature, we are more emotional. Sometimes too much so. And demons can use that against us. We see how women are being manipulated on a lot of this to do some really remarkably stupid shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you need that male energy to balance that out, because that's where you get more of that rational thought. Now, it depends on the man. Because you've got a lot of men that have been so feminized that their masculinity has been stolen from them. That needs to be reclaimed and taken back.
Hence why her getting the opinion from a man does not count when it comes to me.
That is not so. You are my child. That is, like I said, that had nothing to do with that. I needed somebody that their energy had not been affected directly by the situation.
Yeah, you needed someone that was not emotionally attached to it.
Yes.
I get it. I was sort of just picking at you there. That I really do get it, because I'm not the right person to ask some of this stuff. It's just we got a lot of skin in this game.
Yeah, and you can't see clearly, because whatever situation is, if you've got that emotional charge, you're not going to see clearly.
No.
You have to be able to have that separation.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the thing when I was counseling and stuff. You have to have that separation to work with somebody effectively. It's not a matter of them becoming your friends or whatever. You can like whoever your client was or whatever and care about them as a human being. But when you get too involved in their shit, you've lost all objectivity and you are no longer effective.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't get emotionally attached to some of these things.
Mm-mm. But at least I've got enough sense to sit there and go, no, I need a man's opinion on this.
Yes.
And
yes. And it was greatly needed.
Yes.
It's like I got confirmation on some of the shit I was experiencing.
Yes. Because it's not like we have a lot of people that we can discuss these things with directly.
the majority of people in this town that you ask will look at you like you got some sort of demon on you, or that you're doing shit or you're crazy. I don't know, dude.
Fear. Again, with the fear.
Because they themselves have no idea. They don't want to acknowledge it.
Well, they don't want to, as far as to listen objectively on that without, not everything is demonic. There are mental health issues.
Which is weird, because, like, some of them don't want to talk about the spiritual stuff, but they'll talk about Bigfoot all day long.
Yeah. Yeah.
They'll talk about aliens. They'll talk about anything else. They'll talk about
ghosts.
Huh?
They'll talk about ghosts.
Yeah, but they don't want to actually talk about, like, other spiritual stuff.
Well, as far as actual demons, they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
It scares them. They don't want to think about it. But, again, this is where it spirals back around. If you don't talk about it, then people are still operating in ignorance.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than sitting there and going, oh, so-and-so has got a demonic attachment. And there's different types of possession. It's like there's transient possession. That it comes and goes.
Yeah.
There are some demons that are generational, that they attach to different family members.
That's why it's like, if I would like you to tell me if I got some sort of demonic attachment or something,
If I thought you had a demonic attachment, it would have been a matter of rebuking and binding and pleading the blood 24/7.
I'm just saying. Because that shit, like, seriously, no joke, this shit it scares me too.
Sure. And infestation was another one. And all this the only ones that even will talk about it to some degree are the Catholics.
Yeah. But that's weird, because some of them don't even... somehow it has grown more that that there's an offshoot of them that doesn't believe in the paranormal also.
Right. Then what are they doing?
And it's like,
y'all
are the ones that do, like, all these years did, like, they don't believe in like, exorcisms and shit like that, some of them.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Or to even be able to speak to someone, it's very, oh, you're not one of us, so therefore, again with the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
I've tried. I mean, to send an email and go, hey, I need answers. Nothing. So when you reach out and you get your hand smacked, I don't think that's what they're supposed to be doing on that. We need to have open discussions about this. We need to train people what to look for and how to deal with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe that was part of the devil's plan to keep people from talking about this shit.
I think a lot of it. And the book, The Exorcist, it's just phenomenal. I've talked about it for years since I read it. Such an excellent book. Because it gives an overview and there is a deep understanding of what demonic possession does. That it's not about necessarily the person that's possessed. The demon affects the entire family, everybody that loves and cares about the person that's possessed. Mm-hmm. All of them are under attack.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that's like they told the priest, do not listen to what the demon says because it will lie to you.
Yeah, that's a guarantee.
Well, why didn't they go in there with ear protectors or something out?
Right. Well, I guess somehow, like, maybe the demon can, like, put thoughts in people's brains or something like that.
But, I mean, they were standing there, they were saying the prayers or doing whatever that they were doing. And isn't this thing, it's, spewing its lies. Okay, they're human, they're going to be subjected to that.
Mm-hmm.
So that ain't working. There's got to be some other way to deal with that.
Right.
I mean, you got to have some common sense with it.
Spiritual ear condoms?
Maybe. Maybe. Get you a pair of those, what is it, AirPods, AirBuds, whatever the hell.
Yeah, just the earbuds.
Mm-hmm. But
get some of those, what are those, like construction headphones?
Yes. And then just, you could sit there and do the prayers, and then you can't hear what the thing is saying. You can't hear the lies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And as far as getting rid of any kind of, if somebody was possessed, any kind of communication, do those become cursed objects because it's affecting your emotions?
And yeah, they can be. They can be.
Mm-hmm.
That's like...
We need a new burn barrel.
Yeah. Sometimes I wonder, like certain stuff that we have brought in from antique stores or whatever, and usually you're really good about that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's seriously, like, there's one thing that's on the shelf, and I'm like, should I have brought her in? Should I have brought that little doll in? She's so cute, but should I have brought her in?
If it had any kind of spirit or any kind of attachment, no, we would have known that. There's
one that I sort of regretted bringing in from the day I got it. It's like, I need to throw that away.
No,
just a little plastic baby doll thing that I guess at one point that you could feed it milk or something like that. And I'm like, no, throwing that away.
This is one of the things, and not throwing off on Kid in the least. He is a Pisces. Pisces are so suggestible.
Yeah, that's a sucky thing.
Ridiculously suggestible.
Yeah. That's a sucky thing about being in this world right now.
Well, that's the reason, as far as them being very prone to addiction.
Because we don't know how to function on this earth most of the time.
Well, that's part of your job, is to figure that out. That's part of everybody's job, is how to figure it out.
You can go through life, your whole entire life, and still not figure it out.
No, but you can get clues and buy vowels and do all that good stuff while you're going through.
Lord, can I buy an A? Can I get can I buy a vowel, please?
Oh. But this is why I'm a firm believer, and I so enjoy when people in the comment section or whatever share their experiences. Because we have truly amazing people in our little pirate, crew.
Yeah, we really do.
And to share that wisdom, that knowledge, and that helps benefit everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't want to put it in the comment section, you're welcome to email. And it's cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be anonymous with it, that's fine. Don't have a problem with that. But the more that people discuss these things, knowledge is power.
Literally.
And it takes away that fear.
Yeah, but that's what demons, a lot of the time, they feed upon, is fear.
Mm-hmm. That's what we were talking with Kabuki about, because that's those lower vibration emotions, anger, fear, confusion, all that stuff, they feed on that.
Mm-hmm. That's what, like, with the telling him about the sea of faces that I see. So it's not often that I see them. But it's freaky. It's like, at this point, like, literally, I'm just sort of like, I'm not really afraid of them. It's just like, I don't want to see you. You're real. Some of those faces, they're ugly. Mm-hmm. They're ugly.
Yeah. Like I said, it's very much like Tucker Carlson described when he had taken like LSD or something when he was 15 or whatever. And he said that he saw these cartoonish faces just flying at him, screaming at him and stuff.
Sometimes they're not even screaming. They just show up and they're just like mouth closed, all that, like pursed lips, and it's like, what, you got a stick up your ass? Did you suck on a lemon? What the fuck is going on with you?
It's like you're not invited.
Literally.
Get out of my space.
It's like, I did not invite you here. I don't want you here. My room is my room. It's my energy. Literally, the only people who's allowed in here is Mama, the cats, Jesus Christ, and the angels. Like, that's, and me. That's my space.
And little pots of salt. We need to get some of the little dishes of salt to sit in the corners.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in salt.
They absorb energy.
So, yeah.
You better watch out if that salt turns black.
Is that one of those TikTok things that you've picked up?
I've heard the spiritual stuff all throughout the internet years.
Right.
But that usually means that it has absorbed a lot of negative energy. It's a dark color.
Just because somebody is on the internet does not mean they know what the hell they're talking about. Yeah.
That's true.
Congress is proof of that.
All black salt is, like actual black salt, is just, it has activated charcoal in it.
It was volcanic and stuff like that, and the different minerals. Well, it's like we've got that one salt lamp that's the black salt.
Yeah, but it gets hot.
It does. That's the reason that we've got the pink Himalayan salt lamps. Because I don't know if the black salt has some kind of a metal component or whatever, but it does. We can't. It gets too hot.
Yeah.
It'll burn you.
It literally.
Like, so that is not. That's a safety thing.
It is a safety thing.
So we don't do that and just sit there. Everybody's having paranormal. Everybody's having supernatural. And it's just, yeah. And share. Please share.
Yeah.
Kabuki, again, thank you.
Thank you, Kabuki.
That meant just so much. Can't imagine.
It was greatly appreciated, seriously.
Do you want to tell the peoples where we can be found?
Yeah, you can find us on... wait, thank you all for joining us.
Yeah.
Have a good... You can find us on BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube at Rolanda's Cup of Coffee with Scream. Also, you can check us out on X, previously known as Twitter. Warlandis, her at is Warlandis COCWS, and I changed mine. So it is now Zombini Alien.
Oh, when did you do that? Today?
Yeah.
That means I'll have to go and change it in the description box.
Yep.
I'll have to try to remember to change it in the description box.
Zombini.
Anyhow, know that you are loved. Treat other people the way you would like to be treated. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.